Hello and welcome. Last time we had a Tearlaments deck profile. Now we're going to do some Tearlaments combos. I'm not going to take more of your time away. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't catch the deck profile, this might be a bit too wild for you if you don't know what my special Tearlaments list entails. So I will just say, maybe watch the other video first. But before we get right into the combos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what I did maybe wrong, what we can all learn from in the comments down below. Would be very much appreciated. Now let's go into the test hands. Let's go. Okay, my friends, now let's do some test hands. New playmat, in case you have not seen it. Thank you OCG bros for making something as gorgeous as this one. I guess for like some test hands, having the fields is pretty helpful for you guys, because in this deck, especially since we're link summoning so much, it is vital to have right zone placement. These two, the zones, the second and the fourth one, depending on, I guess, from where you count, but it's always going to be these ones directly under your extra monster zones, are the ones where you can just throw in whatever, due to the fact that obviously Cross Sheep and Sprite Sprint, IP, these cards are not pointing straight downwards, right? They're always pointing well, to the right and left. In case of Sprite Sprint, left and upper right, whatever. We will go about like zone placements while we go. It is decently intuitive, I would assume. In case you have ever played like link strategies, you should be getting the hang of it, right? It's not rocket science, right? We're underwater. No, rockets don't even fly here. Fly, start, whatever. So I will continue to pile shuffle this deck here now, and yeah, we will see each other soon with the first test hand. Let's go. Okay, I finished shuffling. Let's give it like one more cut so that we all can be sure that's not stacked, and then let's grab some random cards out of this and let's see where we can go. I try to be slow with the first one, and then in the second, maybe third test hand, we're going to go a bit faster because, yeah, otherwise these are long turns you can expect. So yeah, I don't want to have like a 3-hour video. First, we start with our Reinoheart. We have Imsety, Saliak, Tearcash, and Pearl Rhino. This is obviously an insane hand. We are overflowing with choice. The thing is, usually I keep the tier cards for last, because, well, yeah, usually our tier cards are our best cards and we want to like, bait some interactions or do something else and then commit to the tier cards, unless there's like specific stuff where we search one-offs or whatever. In this case, our tier cards are fine, but they're lacking a bit of oomph, right? Saliak is not really going to do all too much going first. Sure, having it and like setting it, pretty nice, not gonna lie. Normal summon Reinoheart, send Havnis, make it. Oh, actually, that's not in the game anymore, so that's not an option. And then, yeah, how do we get this onto the field? So yeah, these cards are good, but we need some setup first, right? That's why we have Tier and Friends. We could pull the Rhino Shotgun, get Scheiren, and then Scheiren and Tearcash, Mill 5, have a body on board, normal summon, maybe go into a direct fusion play, set this, go into a Time Thief Redoer. All great, but if your Pearl Rhino gets ashed, then I mean you're in a bit of a sticky situation. So honestly, I like to conserve the card. We're going for maybe a bit of a riskier version, but yeah, again, I want to protect my tier cards from the evil fire monsters, right? Ash is fire attribute, get that stuff out of here. We're yeah, extinguishing your flames. So we're activating Imsety, sending the Saliak. Again, Saliak, great card, but yeah, bye-bye. With this, I mean, you know what the card does. We're going to search our Sark, hitting the deck with a shuffle, and then we are drawing one. Here in this case, we want this draw to be not so good, because we want to discard it for the Hapi. What do we get? We get Merrli. So this is pretty terrible, but with this we can still play. Saliak is now in graveyard, as such Tearcash is live. So all of that, not too bad. We don't, like this is also something with the Horus engine in this deck. You don't have to commit. You don't have to now send Merrli as cost. and then go Hapi and so on and so on. No, we don't have to fully commit. We can just chill out, right? We're here, we're the waves, we're relaxing. We can go back and forth, ebb and flow, and then surprise our opponents like that, make them drown in our drip. Here the option is we can actually just normal summon Merrli for just a mill 3, right? We're going to mill some cards and then just see where we go. Merrli, mill 3, mill Jet, mill Havnis, and mill Scheiren. Okay, I guess at this point the test hand is over. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Yeah, leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously this is a bit unfun, having like such good targets here. Honestly, I think I want to redo this, but because what is this? Like, it's too good. So, normal summon Merrli, mill 3, Diabellstar, Jet, and Havnis. Okay, these are pretty good mills. Diabellstar in graveyard doesn't really do anything yet, but it's a dark. Jet Synchron, sure, our hand is pretty lovely, but maybe we want to like send something to get an extra body on board, and Havnis obviously is going to insta-fuse. So the question is here now, Havnis activates. What are we fusing with? We can use Merrli, Havnis, and Reinoheart to make Kaleidoheart. Then Kaleidoheart Planet and having a tier cache in hand. Not too bad, not too bad. 2 interactions plus a mill 3 in our opponent's turn. Not too bad, not too bad. But let's be greedier. Let's be greedier. 2 interactions plus a mill is not enough for us. So what are we going to do here? Is we're going to fuse with the Diabellstar actually. Let's keep the Horus in hand, in grave, because thinking about it, what would we rather put in our deck? So we might draw it later on. Yeah, it's definitely the Diabellstar. Like Imsety has no value anymore as we have already access to Sark. So we're putting these 2 into our deck, rather at the bottom, and we're going to make obviously the Mud Dragon of the Swamp. So as I mentioned, zone placements are important. The most important zone is the middle zone. Mostly this is the one where you want to have your fusion. So in any case, right, wherever you put your cross sheep, it's going to point towards the fusion. In this case, Mud Dragon, it's not going to stay for long. So we can place him to either this zone, right? These zones are the ones where we could put whatever in, or we could put him to one of the outer zones to be on the safer side to still have a fusion if things go awry, which in this case I would do. If you ever think about putting something in either of these zones, put it in the right one, because this is the zone that Sprint points towards. And now we can do some funny plays, right? At this point, if they have ashed us, I mean, okay, what are you doing? We are activating our planet. Planet is going to add Scheiren to our hand. Bit of shuffling, and we add Scheiren to our hand. Now, a cool thing that we can do is chain our tier effects. You should probably know about this, but in case you don't, let me show you. We're going to summon Scheiren, right, with her own effect, sending the Reinoheart into graveyard. Reinoheart has been sent to graveyard by card effect now, and as such, his effect triggers. We're going to, his effect triggers, like to summon back. He's going to summon back first, and then, right, we can continue to chain the tier cache, which was the target of Reinoheart, to summon as well. Now, the chain resolves. Tier cache is going to mill 3. Reinoheart, right, on activation of his effect, we had tier cache as a target for his effect, right, in hand. Now we don't, so this effect fizzles, and then Scheiren is also going to mill 3 more. Judges, experts, maybe I've done a mishap here, but usually that's how it goes. At least this is how this interaction works. Here are our mills. Alright. Right, the Imsety doesn't do anything. Nessi here, pretty good. Dark Aqua, we have Reinoheart, so yeah, access to Kaleido. Wanted doesn't really help us like at all yet, but we'll see. Keldo, so 3 interactions already, and the tier cache, which will obviously activate, and the King of the Swamp. So what does this mean? Targets for fusion summons, 3 interactions, something for maybe later, and something that immediately says mill 2 more cards. So let's do just that. Obviously here the Reinoheart doesn't activate anymore. We've already used the graveyard effect of him, and we don't even have a target in hand. Originals here is an insane mill, by the way, because we have originals and wanted in our graveyard. So I guess before we advance our play on board, let's just get some free cards in. In case you don't know, why don't you know? Just play the game. If these 2 spell cards are in the graveyard, we can banish, wanted, put this at the bottom of our deck, and draw 1 card. In this case, Fenrir doesn't help us, but better than nothing. Now, as I said, the tiers have arrived. We have flooded the field with our monsters, and I mean, what a lovely sight it is. So now let's do something with all this material that we have here. First of all, let's free up some space, right? Again, zone placement was something that we care about. Let's do it in this zone here. Let's make the Time Thief Redoer. Yeah, not the best card, but overall, yeah, a friend that we have in our arsenal. Just get him out here. Let's get him out, right? So with this, we have already the ability to harass our opponent a bit, and then obviously fusion summon in our opponent's turn, which will also help us with Pearl Rhino. Now, this one here is a bit sad. We have to use our Merrli and our Tier Cash to make Cross Sheep. You can't really see it. Say hello, meh, or bah, whatever cheap say, to make Cross Sheep. Then what we have here as an option is we can, where is it? Activate the effect of Jet Synchron. We're going to discard the Tier Cash, not Tier Cash, the Fenrir, which is going to activate Cross Sheep's effect to summon a level 4 or lower back from the graveyard. In this case, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter. They're going to be used as a material anyway. Let's just get Reinoheart again. And then these 2 here, this one will get banished. Will make the IP Masquerena. Obviously IP here in the middle zone, not the best placement. I've been talking about it for all the time. So now we are nearly at the end of our turn. There's just some little thing that we can do, which is activate Sarcophagus and yeah, summon one of the Imseties that we have engraved. Let's just do it here. No, let's do it here. Doesn't matter, but looks better. So what do we have here at the end of our turn? Let's just go about the obvious. The IP and the Cross Sheep are going to make the SP Little Knight. Then Imsety and the Mud Dragon are going to protect our darks, right? Imsety here, if another card is being dealt with, we can pop a card. Planet is going to activate after Redoer with the option of Lulu and Kaleido, because we have the correct material in our graveyard, right? The Nessi and the King of the Swamp. In this case, Kaleido might be a better option because it's dark, right? Same as SP, same as Horus, and we can make the Mud Dragon dark as well, so we could protect all our dark monsters from that. Again, the Pearl Rhino pop, we have Redoer shenanigans, we have a fusion into Kaleido. We can pop our own Kaleido with Planet if we want to. Obviously, that could send then either the, let me see, either the Meta Noise or the Saliak, which in this case we can retrieve cards from our graveyard. But in the end, it just boils down to the decision: do we want Havnis or Tier Cash, which obviously are going to be more mills. But that's an option that obviously depends. So yeah, we have the Keldo, Shuffleback, Protection or Threat, whatever. Banish here, obviously ×2. We can time it when we want to use IP, or IP is, I guess, contested. Redoer shenanigans into fusion, into options. This one here, obviously the pop. So overall, we have a plethora of diverse interactions with our opponent's board. Yeah, obviously this could have been a bit better, I think, but yeah. Let's go into test hands number 2. Okay, my friends, next test hand comes right at you. Let's see, camera focusing. Okay, good. Let's pick up some cards from right off the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's be a bit more brazen in our play. Let's hope that we get something good again. So Scream, alright card. Extra Foolish, okay. Unicorn, okay, lovely. Okay, yes, Meta Noise, good, alright. And then next spell card with original. This is actually pretty interesting here in this case, because the access to the permanent spell cards that we have is not something that we really want to lose. So we'll have to see. Obviously, what options do we have? This one here will give us access to our Jet Synchron. Does Jet Synchron help us here? Not so far, so this card is a bit lackluster. Meta Noise, obviously, yeah, doesn't really help us. The Graveyard effect, if we send it, I mean, lets us add a tier monster from our grave, which is empty. So yeah, it doesn't really help. So this is also a card that's more like, okay, we're going to set it and then hope that, yeah, we can play without it. Really. It's still obviously good interaction. Our opponent's turn, Book of Moon plus Fusion Summon. Nice. Then we have the Unicorn. In case it's unclear, the Kashtira cards are like always go first, because obviously the field needs to be free for them. That's something pretty nice. Then we have access into something better here. So these cards, we're not going to really do so much with them. Let's put them to the side. Scream, I mean, just wonderful. Okay, now with these cards here, with this one, we don't know what we really want. We have different options. I mean, obviously Saliek, pretty good. Getting like tier card maybe into our hand would make our hand a bit better. And then obviously there's like Tribikama, getting Pearl Rhino, and also getting a tier card. So yeah, we have a plethora of options with this one. Let's just see. We're going to activate Scream first. Let's do it in the Pendle zone. We don't need it. Actually lose this one zone, so we have more space to the right. And then we're going to special summon Unicorn. Unicorn and Scream, let's chain that stuff up. So we're not going to mill our Kashtira Birth. That would be unfortunate, to say the least. Give it a bit of a shuffle, obviously. Yeah, let's not be too annoying. I add it to hand, and then we're going to mill 3. King of the Swamp, Scheiren, and Scream. I mean, yeah, if we have some of the less good cards in our hand, and then obviously our mills are going to be better, right? So yeah, good fortune for us. King of the Swamp not doing anything, actually is not going far, because yeah, Scheiren is obviously going to trigger. We're going to fuse with the King of the Swamp, and then Scream is also going to trigger, adding us a trap to our hand. So yeah, so far so good. Let's add the trap first, so we can get that out of the way. We have Meta Noise in hand, Tribikama. What do we want with that? So yeah, obviously it's Saliek. Yeah, should be pretty clear. And yep, then let's just go straight here, and then these two, yeah, go to the graveyard. What? To the graveyard? The deck. Hi, man, how long do I play it here? Anyway, we're going to summon Lulu immediately, and I guess at this point we have already won. What can our opponent do? He can't even concentrate in the face of such beauty. Just great what we have here. We can activate our Kashtira Birth. Doesn't really help us a lot right now, but I mean, we already have Scream, double traps, Lulu, Unicorn, Birth. This is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interactions, plus obviously follow-up effects, and plus obviously L and ratio. We still have 2 cards here left. We could make use of this to get another body on board, but honestly, I don't really care too much at this point here. We're already in such a great state. I think we're just going to keep this for now and maybe play with it later, right? We set Saliek, activate Saliek, and then in our next turn, if we don't want it anymore, we can still pop it for profit. Here, what are we going to send? Obviously, again, we have 2 traps already. We could send Saliek for instant Scheiren, but let's just send the Tribikama, and while we're at that, banish Tribikama, right? To add the Pearl Rhino, and while we're at it, activate Pearl Rhino. But what are we going to add? We have not normal summoned yet, but our graveyard is not set up, meaning a Reinoheart normal summon just doesn't look too good. So in this case, with the Pearl Rhino, what do we add? Let me show you what we can do with Tier Cash and Kashtira Birth. So here, with adding this, you would think, oh, okay, this is only a play viable because we have Scream and Graveyard. Yeah, sure, having Scream and Graveyard, which you can't see because the light is killing it, is something. But Kashtira Birth, again, is a custom card. We can normal summon a level 7. We don't even need to banish it. Sure, we could, but Okay. So summoning Tier Cache without banishing, just nice. Getting off the free mill 3. Hopefully our mills aren't too good, because that would be, yeah, okay. That would like skew what I wanted to show you. Here we get just a mill 2 more. Okay, Hapi and another Imsety. Okay, we have milled all the Horus cards. So yeah, luckily, I mean, obviously milling 5, yeah, maybe could have been better. But yeah, we already have a couple of good cards out in rotation, so it is what it is. And again, I just wanted to show you something, right? So with this, we have used the first effect to normal summon level 7s. Then let's link summon into IP. Maybe here. Can you see it better? It is what it is, right? Make the IP with 2 non-link monsters. And then we're using the Kashtira Birth effect again. And summon back our Unicorn, because Unicorn obviously is a pretty annoying card to have on the field, right? No SP Little Knight for you. And yeah, that's how we make full use of the Kashtira Birth card. Normal summon or Tier Cache without banishing. In this case we have material, in some cases you don't. Then use them all as material for maybe link plays in this case. Most of the time link plays. And then get them back to bolster up your end phase. Or in this case, like we could play even more, but it's all just silly nonsense, right? So after our opponent has like activate monster effects, right, which like always will happen, we've used Unicorn's effect, it's useless, and then we can use it and IP without any care in the world to make our own SP Little Knight. Let's set our 2 traps, and that's it for our turn. Yeah, maybe not the most special plays we've made here, but again, something that people may not think about. What do we end up with? Let me just add the one card that we all want to flex with nowadays. Let's just have it because we have it. So what we have a Meta Noise, we have a Saliak. Meta Noise, again, remember, the good thing is not only the Book of Moon effect, but we can also send a tier. Our graveyard is not in the best spot, but we have dark monsters, so in this case we can always send a tier name and make Mud Dragon. In this case also dark, water, wind. Mud Dragon not too effective with its ability coverage, so in this case we're a bit unfortunate, but Meta Noise, just good. And Book of Moon, Saliak, you know what it does. Birth, again, hidden effect. If they activate spell, we banish card from their graveyard. Normal special, we mill 3, positive play. Pearl Rhino, obviously it's not live yet, but with Meta Noise we will fusion summon, so then we can pop. SP Little Knight, 2 interactions, Lulu special summon negate, screw their extra deck. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, potentially even more interactions with just this little combo. Hope you enjoyed. Let's get into maybe one more test hand. Okay, I know it was enjoyable, but let's not get the video too long. One final test hand. Hopefully it's not a 50 summon combo. Can happen here, but let's just keep it calm, right? Keep calm and fusion summon, or keep calm and mill 5, right? Good times. But last test hand, let's just grab some random cards from here, and maybe this one again. Yeah, these are our 5s, and let's see what we can do with them. First one, Destrudo. Good, we have not used the synchro summons all too much. Sad, I wanted to show that, but I got to show off some other stuff. Okay. Mothman, one of our worst cards in our deck, but it is needed. Similar to Hapi, but I guess Mothman at least does something. Saliak again, okay, good. Terraforming and King of the Swamp. Not the best hand, but certainly playable. It's playable, and as such, Mothman, again, just like the Horus cards, this is like a recycler, and then it does something, which is not something that we really care of. So this is going to be just free discard fodder later on. King of the Swamp also, like, nice to have it in hand. Doesn't hurt, but not something that should stay there. Saliak, for the most part, alright, but again, do we want to set it? Yes, if possible, but it's alright if we don't. Let's activate Terraforming. Well, we added just activate Pearl Rhino as well. We're going to add Scheiren to our hand. I mean, again, Reinoheart, Tier Cache, not something that we can like make any use of right now. Merrli, Havnis, I mean, you know how tier works, right? It's not going to help here. So what can we do with this now? With a plethora of options, we could, I mean, we're always going to summon the Scheiren. I think that's pretty clear. But the question is, what do we discard? The Mothman, I mean, why would we? Like, no benefit at all. King of the Swamp, it's a free card that we don't need in our hand anyway. And Destrudo, I mean, we can send him to grave, and then he can have, like, he has the same effect in hand or in grave. So that's like the line of thought that you can have here. Honestly, with that being the case, so first of all, we're going to mill. Hopefully this is not going to turn everything a thunder that I was preparing of doing. Did I shuffle the deck? I don't think, I mean, I did, but this is just, nah, we're not to play, like, I want to show you something, and like, this is just, oh yeah, what if you like win in Lotto? Or, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Just give me like normal 3 mills, not maybe like the best cards there ever were in the game. Okay, yeah, this is the bad mills that I want. Just something that doesn't matter. Actually, the Jet Synchron could be fine, but it is what it is. We're going to normal summon the King of the Swamp. Yes, I hear you. What is he doing? I don't know. Then we're going to target the King of the Swamp with the Destrudo, summon him as a level 4. We could overlay. Okay, nice. But we could also, obviously, synchro summon with these two. Destrudo goes to the bottom of the deck. We lose half of our HP, by the way, so time players, burn players, I guess, have fun. And then we're going to summon the Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon has 2 effects. I mean, first we can like swap out the field spell here, and we are gaining the Rife Soft. Right, there it is. We gain it, activate it. I think you activated it immediately after re-rate, but yeah. What are we going to add with this? I mean, I think it's pretty simple. We're going to add Tier Cash. We have now finally something in the graveyard as a target, and we have cards on board, so like the other 2 are not live. So yeah, that is what it is. So in this case here, we have 2 lines of play. Honestly, I could spend maybe like a couple minutes to think about this, but we're not playing for time here. First one is to summon the Mothman with the Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect, to then overlay, and then you'll see. The other is to keep the Mothman in hand as material for the Jet Synchron, instead of using the Sulliek as material for the Jet Synchron. I think we're going to keep the Mothman in our hand, right? And then I'll show you something else. We're going to keep the Mothman in hand. We're not going to summon it with the Ancient Fairy Dragon. We're going to keep it in hand for about a second, because then we're going to summon the Jet, and then Jet and the Ancient Fairy Dragon, level 1 and level 8. It is a light. What am I doing? This gets banished. This gets to the graveyard. They're going to make the Visas Amritara. Not Visas Starfrost, Visas Amritara. And this is going to add us a card that mentions Visas Starfrost, or rather a spell or trap that mentions him. We could swap out field spells, right? Thing is, obviously, we have already used the effect, so it is something worth considering. We can obviously also get like Meta Noise. He has a second trap, which is not too bad, honestly, but I was rather thinking of like maybe milling some more, maybe gambling. I mean, I don't know if Tier is really a gamba deck, but I guess everything that's like milling by chance is. And they've made it more of a gamba deck, right? Because now like the chances for us to mill more, which statistically speaking would increase the odds to hit, right? The more mills you have, the higher the odds, I guess. Now with less mills, it's more gamba, which, I mean, is that really the way you want to go? I mean, just unban Kid Fellows, please, jeez. Anyway, we're going to like add Scream for some more mills. Let's just summon it here already. Now we have 2 options. What do we do first? Honestly, let me cook for a second. Yeah, let's just do the Kashtira play first. We're going to banish the Kashtira Birth, and then as such we can yeah, mill 3. We're milling 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kurva, it's all bad. This one, I mean, we have no Tearlaments monster in our graveyard, so useless. Useless. We have no Reinoheart, so this one doesn't really matter. Spell card, and also useless. So yeah, 6 mills down the drain. Yeah, that's why you don't gamba, kids. That's why we need to unban the Ishizus and Kit. So yeah, that's obviously rather unfortunate, but honestly doesn't matter too much. I would love to tell you. We're using the hidden effect of the Vidas Amritara to destroy our Scheiren. And with Scheiren popped, we have still the option to, in theory here, use the King of the Swamp as a replacement for the Reinoheart and use Scheiren and Nessi as Aquas to make Kaleido. Kaleido is alright, but Kaleido without Pearl the Rhino, I personally think is just a bit worse. So what are we going to do? We're just going to make the Queen. We can't end the test hand video without making her at least once more. Lulu. Oh man, what a gorgeous card. Ah, lovely. Yeah, we're going to summon her. And we're nearing the end again. We were a bit unfortunate, right? If I had gone for the other route, we maybe wouldn't have gambled so much, but it is what it is. We're still ending on an, I mean, I would love to say okay, but a bit disappointing board. What we can do here is use these two here of a link summon of, where is it? Of IP. So we have the option to make SP in our opponent's turn. But I mean, we were pretty unlucky here with our like mills. We milled quite a few cards, right? We milled 3 with our Scheiren. We milled 6 with Scream plus Tier Cash. But yeah, our mills were a bit unfortunate here in this one. So it is what it is. We have IP, Lulu, and Saliak, Scream. So we're milling, we're negating monsters, special summons, and we have the option like to end it all with an SP. Honestly, yeah, not the best test hand here, but I guess it's realistic, right? Konami, they wanted to hit our mills, and well, they just that with this one here. Yeah, a bit unfortunate, right? But again, it is what it is. Hope you enjoyed the test hands so far. I think the first 2 were pretty interesting, not gonna lie. Hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something new. If I made some mistakes, I'm sorry. Again, yeah, playing in front of a camera, can happen. Don't flame me too hard. Just let me know what I did wrong so we can all learn from it. Okay, hope you enjoyed the test hands. It was quite a bit. We were sometimes a bit too lucky, sometimes a bit unlucky. That's how it goes. Now with less mills, it feels like we have even more RNG controlling our fate. That's obviously quite bad. But that's what Konami wants. We'll have to wait till Kid Carlos comes back from the store, or maybe Konami gives us at least one of these millers back. Banning 2 at the same time. We're not even 10th best deck. I mean, Tearlaments strongest, yes, but you know how it goes. Let's fight these fires. Let's put down their bone fire and whatever. Look at tier. Play tier, way cheaper. We're going to get rarity collection upgrades soon. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'm going to stop yapping. We're going to see each other, I hope, in the near future with some Yubel content. You know, my channel icon, banner and everything. Yubel has been one of my favorite cards of all time. Now finally we're getting support. So if you're interested in that, slap that subscribe button and we see each other in a couple of weeks. The latest, I'd say. And then we'll explore what Yubel can do for us. Maybe we can mix Yubel with tier. Both are fusion based. We'll see what I can do. Till then, my friends, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.